Yeah, it's very difficult to create, especially because you're supposed to find the things people like. Yeah, you're supposed to be able to combine things you enjoy doing with things people want to watch.
Behind every YouTube video, every post, every stream, there is a story most people never see.
I go back and I look at the numbers. I look at the videos that did well and I try to replicate them, because sometimes you can inform yourself based on the things you've done in the past, what was successful, what was not, and you try and eliminate the things that didn't work, substitute them for the things that worked. But in real life, it doesn't really work.
The sleepless nights, the doubts, and the fight for numbers that never seem to add up.
And I've also got support from creators much bigger than myself. I say creators, but just one.
For young creators, the journey isn't just about content. It is about surviving the mental and emotional battles that come with it. On this episode, we sit down with Francis, a creator walking that very path.
Every time you post a video, you expect that video to do so well, because you've put so much effort into the video. But if you've not been baptized by the algorithm, if the algorithm hasn't possessed you with the Holy Spirit or whatever.
We are going to talk about the struggles, the wins, and the truth about creating content when the world isn't watching yet.
As a young creator, what are some of the unspoken emotional struggles, emotional challenges that you face? You know, one thing about creating content as young people is that, like, people on the outside tend to like see us like we have everything figured out. Like they think, they see the videos, they see that you are posting the videos, and then they see that you are getting the likes and all of those things.
Hey, you're getting the likes.
I mean, you are getting some few likes. So
good for you.
They feel like you have everything figured out, and then they don't know what's like we go through behind the scenes. Like, we are putting in everything, but then we are always like doubting ourselves, thinking a lot about what we are doing. So I want to know, like, your personal journey.
Yeah, I've been in this space for like a year now, almost a year. I started during my national service. Yeah, so that was when I started creating videos, and I wanted to create videos about things I found.
Started creating videos during national service.
Like, that was when I started taking it more seriously.
The first video I watched was like 4 years ago.
Which video was that?
I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm talking about when I started being consistent. Yeah.
As now you are fully into the content creation.
Yes, when I decided to take it more seriously. Because I've been making videos for maybe 6 years, but they have been few and far between, right? But last year I decided to take it seriously because there's a money day inside. So.
That's the reason why people are joining. Yes, the chop money.
Yeah, and it's something I find easy to do. I like creating. It's like, it comes to me naturally. So I want to be able to monetize my craft. And so the question is the struggles or the journey.
To know about your journey, like creating online, what people don't really understand about being a content creator, an upcoming content creator, let me say it that way.
Yeah, it's very difficult to create, especially because you're supposed to find the things people like. Yeah, you're supposed to be able to combine things you enjoy doing with things people want to watch. And that is a very huge struggle, because sometimes even if you find what people want or like what is trending, they'll still not watch it.
Is it sometimes? Because me, I'm always creating content and people are not watching.
But sometimes you're lucky, because when I started out, I've got like videos that did very well in my cases. I have like, during
one of your videos was around 4K.
Yeah, my most popular video has around 5,600 views, and it was me basically. It was during the election, the Mahama and but it was between Muhammad
I
and
think Baumia.
Baumia, yeah.
You don't even know.
It was between Muhammad and Baumia, and there was this pastor who was a prophet, and he was trying to play tricks on people, his congregation, and all that. That's my most popular video. And yeah, what I'm trying to say is when you are talking about people, when you are bashing people, when there's controversy,
That's what we like.
because that video, it came out of nowhere. I just found it was an interesting topic. I just found it online that this man, he's trying to play tricks on people. So I made a video about it, and the first video did quite well. It did very well, so I had to follow up with another. Yeah, and ever since then, the success rate has been all over the place.
As you were talking, you were like, you wanted to start because you realized that you can monetize it and then make money from it.
Yeah.
These days, a lot of young people want to create content. Like everybody wants to start creating content. Why? What do you think spark the interest of people into creating content? Like me like this. My own was like because I wanted to make money from it. Like the way you said, you wanted to make money, but I'm not making the money.
Yeah,
I haven't even gotten anywhere.
You've not gotten anywhere myself. I'm struggling. I'm struggling. Like the thing is, it always starts out with like maybe a dreams and
feelings.
Yeah. So it always starts out somewhere over there. You see something, you see other people doing it, and maybe you just like how you like being known, you like the attention.
So you like being known, you like the attention.
I'll get there. No, I'm trying to explain something. All right. Okay. So it always starts from that place. You either want the money or something, but if you focus on that at the very beginning, you won't even get 500 subscribers, and you give up on your dream because it's very
hard.
It's very hard. Yeah. So I think for upcoming creators and even myself, we should focus on the work and not really about the money and all that, because it's in the distant future. Unless you are in a very small percentage.
See, a lot of people think creating content means getting yourself a camera or like recording videos and then just posting them. But then they don't know the gap between creating the content and then being consistent in creating the content or trying to make something out of creating the content. It's like also what is it like for you?
Okay.
And then how would you say people see creating content?
My experience with content creation. The consistency thing it gets annoying sometimes because when you start, the consistency also depends on how well your videos do. Because if you don't have a strong support or
does your video have to do well before you can be consistent?
I'm coming to that because for some people, if you are not emotionally strong, you put a lot of effort in your video and you won't get anybody watching it.
Of course.
And that could break you. So if you are broken...
It's not that could break you. It does break you.
Yes.
It breaks you every time. Just that we still like overcome those emotional setbacks.
You maybe have a strong emotional, I don't know, capability or something. You are strong emotionally, so you are able to overcome your failure in the past. Then keep going. But for people who are not that emotionally strong, when they get their first setbacks, the first few setbacks, they will stop. That's what I mean by it depends on your the consistency depends on your emotional this thing. So if your video doesn't do well, which you should expect it not to do, if you are starting out,
you should expect your video not to do well.
If you're a new creator and you expect your videos to make 10K views, this is reality. The reality is so different. It's very different. I've worked on, in my opinion, my best videos, and those videos have not crossed like 200 views. And is it because
for you that those are your best videos that you've created
so far? Yeah. I mean, I always try to put my best foot forward. Like if I'm making a video, I'm going to make sure I'm producing the best thing I can with what I have at that moment. Yeah. And those videos, they don't go anywhere. The people want you to create. I don't even know what my audience wants anymore. Like seriously, because
they're always talking about checking the algorithm, checking your analytics. Bro, I've been checking my analytics like every time.
Bro, because I go back and I look at the numbers. I look at the videos that did well and I try to replicate them. Because sometimes you can inform yourself based on the things you've done in the past, what was successful, what was not, and you try and eliminate the things that didn't work, substitute them for the things that worked. But in real life, it doesn't really work. In my experience anyway, it hasn't really been one-to-one. Sometimes I go back, try to recreate some of those old videos.
Do you sometimes try to compare yourself to people in the space already?
No.
Or do you doubt yourself sometimes?
Me doubt.
Yeah.
Do I doubt myself? I don't really doubt myself. It's just the external pressures, because at the end of the day, you're trying to do this for the money. And right now, you're far from
making the money.
Yes.
Far from the money.
You're supposed to find other things to get you money. I'm supposed to go back to school.
Yes.
Like, there's a lot of other things that are affecting how I make content, right? So I'm not really comparing. I don't really compare myself to people. I just compare myself to myself from the past. Because how come, let's see, I said I'm like a year into content creation.
You will get back into this. You are not comparing yourself to others. You are comparing yourself to your
my previous
self, your previous work. So you have a work that got you around 4.2k views, or let's see, it got you around 5k views, and then you post your next work, and then it declines like it comes down.
That's where I am right now. That's where I am right now. I'm going to check my last video.
Do you still have the motivation to continue?
Yeah, I do because I believe in what I'm doing. Like, I know what I'm doing. I understand my craft. I understand what I'm doing, and I know where it could take me. So I'm not really. I like to look into the future more than focus on what is right in front of me.
You look into the future.
Yeah,
I feel like when you are creating content and you look too much into the future, you're going to give up. That's how me personally. That's how I feel like, because the way I've envisioned things and the way I feel like the next, let's say, 5 months, 2 years, 1 year, things are going to be. And when you get to that time, and then things are not like that. Like you get me.
I get what you're saying, but I don't mean because certain goals are very good. But what I'm trying to say is not necessarily about setting goals, because last year around December I had around 600 subscribers or something, and I wanted to get to 1K by the end of 2024. We are in 2020.
How many subscribers do you have right now?
2025. Yes. No, I'm still. What's the thing called? I'm still fluctuating between 810 and 805, because sometimes I'll go there, people will unsubscribe. I'm like, what did I do?
Yeah, it happens.
You like the videos, you subscribe.
It happens.
And I come back.
Is it a technical problem with you?
I think people
really
go there and say,
really
"Hey, bruh." I think that's what it is. Because why? So it's not about setting the goals, because if you're not able to achieve those goals, you might get affected. And I understand that certain goals are also good, but what I'm saying is, everybody has to start from somewhere. And from all you may know, your stats, like where you are right now, is better than where some of the most popular people now were when they were in your position. Like, does that make sense?
I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah, so like maybe Sheldon is someone like Sheldon, after a year may have had 500 subs. but you may have 400 or like 700 or
300 subscribers.
You have, so it's very different for everybody, and I feel you need to keep doing it. And I've found people who genuinely like my content. Like like I said, I have 810 subscribers, but I've already found people who will watch anything I post.
Yeah.
And that's what you are supposed to just keep growing.
I'll even come to that.
Yeah.
Creating content and then building communities.
Yeah. You just need to keep growing, keep posting, and keep hoping.
Do you feel supported sometimes? I want to say this. Like me, like this. I have friends who are not interested in watching or listening to podcasts, but I am doing podcasts. And then every time I upload a video on YouTube, I will send the link to them. When I'm sending the link to them, I'm not sending it to them because I want them to watch. I mean, I want them to watch, but then I'm not expecting that every one of them is going to watch the video. But when I send the link, I'm expecting that you are going to post it on your stats. Maybe my audience will be on your stats. You understand? So do you feel like you're supported by friends, family, or even people in the creative space?
Let me start with the friends thing. I'm not really the type to force myself on people. So I like things being organic.
Yes, very organic.
So I still send my things to my friends.
Of course, like I was saying.
Yeah, and some of them really enjoy it. Some of them don't watch it. I put it in my class groups, all those things. So do I feel supported? Yes. The people who watch it genuinely like my content and they support me. So I appreciate those people. And the people who don't watch it, and so it's like there are some people I can't force you to watch the videos. I believe the videos are very good and you will enjoy watching them. But if you don't think so, that's fine. And I've also got support from creators much bigger than myself. I say creators, but just one. Let's Play. I don't know if you know Let's Play. He also makes these commentary, he makes commentary videos and all these things. And I think he reached out to me on Twitter. It wasn't about my video. It was actually because of my thumbnail.
Yeah. Your really thumbnails are actually hard.
Bro. And my house people, I beg you. They've broken my laptop, my camera, my everything I make videos with. Gone. I only have my phone now. Yeah. So he reached out to me because he really liked my thumbnails. We talked. Then I think we collabed on one video. Or maybe two. I forgot to. Yeah. So about the YouTube community thing, it's fine. And Reagan also created that Twitter thing.
I tweeted something like God bless him or something. Thank you for creating this space because we need a space like that.
We do
to connect with each other.
Because normally
that's where we even connected.
Because normally I feel the Accra people it's in cliques. When I was in high school, that was how it was, and I believe it's still like that in all aspects of society. Everybody is in clique. So if you're not part of the group,
everybody have their own set of people that they vibe with.
They do. So if you're not in the clique, they won't look at you.
How do you get into these cliques, or how do you get yourself a clique too?
Well, I don't know. Your own group of people.
Personally, as a young creator, I need support. You understand?
Yeah, I think this is also a sort of. We are building connections.
Of course. Of course.
So after this, if I have somebody I think can help,
you can bring the person on board. If I also have a news or something I want you to create content about, I just suggest it to you.
Yeah. So it's about, I think, networking, finding people who resonate with what you are doing, who like what you are doing, and making content with them. So Reagan's thing on Twitter is very, very good, and I believe it will help a lot of creators to meet, to collab, because a lot of people have been asking me to
in the community. I think I shared it to a couple of friends.
Oh, okay, yeah. when you start out, they'll ask you to collab with other creators, but you're new. You come from
it's
some.
not like we don't want to collab. We don't know them. Who are we going to collab with?
Come and collab with me because I need it.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. So I think you should find communities, talk on Twitter, talk to people, and maybe I think DMs also work.
Yeah.
DMs also work.
Yeah, DMs actually work, and then Twitter works. Twitter really works because Don Success, I reached out to Don Success on Twitter. It's all true.
Yeah.
And then sometimes to the community thing, people link you to people because all the people I've had conversations with are people that someone will say, "Oh, I know this person. I think if you bring this person on board, it's going to help your this one, your dream, your vision, blah blah blah." We talk and we have it.
Because it's very hard to do it alone.
Yeah, very very hard.
It's very hard to do it by yourself.
Why do you think numbers hit content creators so?
That's what you're doing it for. You're doing it for the numbers too. Because when I'm writing my script, I look at the numbers. I've written 1,000 and 11 words. 1,000 and
So you're expecting 1,000 likes?
at least give me something. Let me understand that my effort is appreciated. But you make it.
Do you think we creators need validation?
I think part of us, every creator since the dawn of time, is an attention seeker. You're trying to do things that other people will like and tell you, "Oh, the way you did this thing is very nice, so I'm supporting you and I hope you go places." And eventually you hope the attention of strangers on the internet will afford you the life you think content creation is going to give you in the future.
I'm always saying that when you are trying to create content, you don't have to focus on your friends, because your friends might not even like what you are doing. you have to always stay within the niche. You don't have to say, "My friends like this particular thing, so I'm creating for them." How many are your friends?
It's all about the algorithm, by the way. The algorithm has become like a god. Like, when you start creating content, you wake up, you pray to the algorithm. Because when you hit that publish button, it's out of your control. You can't do anything about the video. You can only hope that the algorithm is going to push it to people. And like I've said earlier, your video might be the best thing in the world, but if the algorithm or if people don't want to watch that type of content, then it's going to go to waste. All your efforts, everything you've done, nobody's going to see it. It's just your mom and like a few of your friends who are going to watch that video and tell you, oh yeah, they're power on that video. But aside that,
oh yeah, they're power, it actually boosts something in you.
It does, but it does. It actually does, but you want a lot of people to come and appreciate your work. That's the ultimate goal. So yes.
So as a young creator, what are some of the unspoken emotional struggles, emotional challenges that we face?
So I was going to say, you see, like the muscles and everything. It's not gym.
It's not gym, but
emotional distress. It represents the number of times I've been broken and
times you went
gotten
down.
up. Yeah. So this is not gym body. This is pains, right? Because like I was saying, every time you post a video, you expect that video to do so well because you've put so much effort into the video. But if you've not been baptized by the algorithm, if the algorithm hasn't possessed you with the Holy Spirit or whatever,
so you believe more in the algorithm than being put on by someone?
Oh, if you're being put on by someone, it means the person is already like
in the space.
Yeah,
yes.
the person already has the numbers, and so whatever they put out, other people will watch it.
Yes.
Yeah. But if you're starting out by yourself, you haven't networked with anybody, you're just a new creator, then your only hope is that the algorithm pushes your videos to more people. Yeah. So the emotional things, it's been a lot. It's been a lot, especially when I compare my success. Do I even call it success? My views now to my views from months ago. I have most of my popular videos are from my past, so it's weighs on me because I feel those videos were not good enough.
But
The videos I'm doing
got
now,
the numbers.
yeah, yeah. When you go into the analytics, you see that the average view duration for those ones were smaller, they were lower.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting people
You're
to
getting
watch
the
for
average views,
longer.
like-
Aha. So that's what makes me
Motivates you.
understand, yes, that I am actually doing something right. Because I used to get worried then. I post a 10 minutes video and they're telling me on average, people are watching for like
5 seconds.
40 seconds. Like, what does that mean? What?
5 seconds.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So at the moment, I'm not getting the thousands of views and all those things, but I'm getting more likes on the videos. I might get a video to 200 likes, 200 views, and the likes will be around 30 or something. But previously, when months ago, to get that 30 likes, I'll have to get 1,000 views. So when you compare those metrics, you see you're actually doing something right. Yeah.
Is there anything we haven't talked about?
I'd like to know how your journey has been so far.
Yes. Thank you.
How has your journey been?
Yeah, so my journey, it hasn't been easy. It's started working. I mean, I feel like I'm now creating good content. I'm creating what I'm putting out there. Me personally, I feel like it's very good content, but I'm not getting the numbers. So sometimes I wake up and I feel like this thing I'm going to shoot, guy. This thing I'm going to shoot, guy. They are not going to watch it, Charlie. Let me just focus on some other things. Then it will hit me like, bro. Like you have a plan on, so you have to stick to the plan.
You have to stick to the plan.
I haven't been consistent like how I wanted to be or how I want to do. But it all comes down to like the networking that we were talking about. Because these days, like sometimes you talk to someone that you want to have a conversation with the person, and the person is going to respond, but then it's not going to be the response that you want. You see, my content too is not like your own. You can just sit down. You can just get your camera and then you do something. But my own, if I don't have someone else, it means I have to do solo. Yeah. So I've started this field check thing that.
Oh, field check.
I call it field check. Like,
what that's about.
It's not like a long video, like a short form video. So whenever I don't have a long form video to post, I'll just post the.
And what content? Like, what is it about? What do you think about?
It's just about the recent one is the national service one.
Yeah.
When I was talking to a national service graduate, or how should I call them? Telling them that you are done with your national service. It doesn't mean. Or the fact that they didn't retain you doesn't mean the life ends there.
That video sounds like something that would perform on YouTube. How does it do it?
You understand? It's not performing.
It's not. It sounds like something that YouTube would eat up.
You understand?
It sounds like something.
It's not performing well.
Yeah, bro. And you post under people's comments. That's what you can do.
I've even stopped putting on people's comments.
Me, I will stop. It has gotten exhausting.
I started feeling like I felt that that's why I'm not getting the average watch time, average view time. You see, they will just click on the link and then watch it for some few seconds, and they will not continue to watch the whole video.
Yeah, but I feel. I was also posting my thing under people's posts, like shamelessly.
Yes, sometimes people will say, "Don't spam my comments again." I've received that message twice or something.
I haven't got that, but I got blocked. Nanaba not blocked like blocked entirely, but I can't post under. Maybe she blocked me. I don't know, but we didn't have an interaction. I think I was just too.
Yes.
I don't even post that much. I don't post 5. I'll just post 1, especially when it's what you're talking about. You see, especially what the the original tweet is about, the thing I'm also talking about.
As for that one, I'll post it. That one there.
That's what
when
I
see it, I'll just leave my link there.
That is what I do. So if I think that's how a lot of people coming up right now can get some more views, because the algorithm on YouTube will do what it can, and you also need to support it in any way you can. That's why.
Okay, at the end of the day, creating content as a young person comes with a lot of silent battles, but those battles also build resilience.